Hello, I wanted to review the objectives for the week of 8/20. First, we're going to finish the metric system, and those of you who are having trouble with it, we're going to make sure you understand it. Then we're going to review scientific notation, and last we're going to practice conversions and significant figures. I would expect a test soon, like on Friday, if not sooner. Okay? You're also going to have to demonstrate that you know how to make tables and enter data and run through the scientific method again. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and review the metric system. Remember, what do the metric prefixes do? What do the base units tell us? And how do you convert between the units? So, prefixes, metric prefixes, base units, and how do we convert? Let's talk about the prefixes. Here is an example of a prefix, and we didn't talk about watts, but we have talked about what kilos mean, right? So, kilo means what? 1,000. And watt is a unit of measure of electricity. That's the base unit. So watt is the base unit, and kilo is the prefix. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and practice. I'm going to write prefix over here, and then a base unit over here. And I'm just going to use abbreviations, so what does that stand for? Kilograms, right? Where grams is the base unit, and kilo means 1,000, so it's 1,000 grams. If we were just to convert it to grams, it would just be 1,000, right? No prefix, it just means the base unit. Okay, so let's try another one. Again, prefix. Just like in English, what does the prefix do? It modifies whatever it's attached to, right? And then the base unit. Let's go with millimeters. So milli means times -3, right? 10 to the third power, or, oops, didn't want that. 10 to the third power, or, yeah, let's just erase it all. Start over. Right? 10 to the -3rd power would be milli, and then meters is the base unit of measurement, of length, right? Another way to write this would be 0.001 meters. Right? Okay. Good way to remember it, and a lot of you know this already, is King Henry died drinking, or usually drinking, chocolate milk. Okay? And a lot of people say usually, some people say Mondays, died on Mondays for meters, but I usually prefer saying base unit, so let's go ahead and call it base instead of just calling it usually, so we're going to call it base. So during King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So King, kilo, Henry, hecta, died, deca, by, base, drinking, drinking, deci, chocolate, centi, milk, milli, right? I could keep doing this all day long. Now everything's moving around. The base units. Okay, here we have some devices to measure electricity and air pressure and temperature and time, but we also have ways to measure mass, right? There's volume and length and mass, right? So we have meter for length. Oop, it's not giving it to me. Just learning this. I'm always got toys. There we go. And then liter for volume and gram for mass, right? I'm going to send this to back. We disappeared our... There we go. Oh, it's all disappearing. Next. Alright, let's take a look at metric conversions again. And just start with, I'm going to move this sign out of the way so it's not in our way. Shrink it down, move it out of the way. Okay, make this a little bigger. And then move that over that. It says metric ladder, we don't need that. Okay. So, here's our bases again, our prefixes, right? Kilo, hecto, deca, and our base units, and deci, centi, milli, right? Okay. Now, let's say we want to convert 1.2 kilometers into meters, okay? How are we going to do that? We're going to start with 1.2 at the top, and we know our decimal point is up here, and we're going to move it down. We're heading for meters, so we're going to move it down 1, 2, 3 steps. We're moving down, and the decimal point is moving to the right. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. So let's rewrite this a little bit. 1.2, and move our decimal point. 1, 2, 3. Draw some zeros in those spaces, and it tells us our answer. Okay, 1,200 meters. Always use your units. Don't forget. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and clear that off. And let's try another one. This time we're going to go up the ladder, which means our decimal point is going to go to the left. Okay. And let's start at milli for the prefix and grams. So we're going to look at mass, milligrams, and let's try 120 milligrams. And let's go up to kilogram, okay? So we're going to start down here at the very bottom and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, moving our decimal point to the left 6 places. So let's rewrite the number so we have a little more room to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our decimal point's over here now. Let's fill in the holes, add a placeholder, and there's our new number, okay? And you don't really need these zeros anymore. And now it is kilograms. Pretty simple. Now let's try a little harder conversion. We saw how easy it was to go from kilometers, right, all the way down to millimeters. You're just moving the decimal point about, 6 steps. And vice versa, back and forth. To convert from miles to inches, we have a little more work to do. So let's say we have 1 mile. We know that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. We know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Okay? let's clear this out a little bit. So we got our definitions, right? 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Yep, inches. Okay, and we want to go from feet, from miles to feet to inches. Okay. All right. So we're going to say 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. Okay. And then we're going to put 1 foot under 12 inches. We can cancel these units. Okay. That leaves us with 5,280 times 12 inches per mile. And to do the math, 5,280, yes, I'm using a calculator because I can, equals 440 inches per mile. Yeah, a little messy. Look how much more complicated it is. All right. That's all I have to say about metrics. If you need to watch this video again to help you out, great. We'll talk about some other conversions next. Have a great one.